Hi, my name is Nick Barth, and I'm a senior sales engineer at MicroStrategy in the UK. Welcome to Mobile Dossiers for iOS and Android. If you missed our previous channel sessions about library and dossier authoring, please be sure to check them out on our website. Now, I'm here to talk to you about why MicroStrategy is still the #1 platform for mobile intelligence applications. I'm saying still because MicroStrategy was pretty much the first intelligence platform to embrace mobile devices on iOS and Android, on phone and tablet. We realized that being mobile makes special demands in terms of performance, usability, and engagement, but primarily people who use mobile devices expect to use apps. Not reports or dashboards, but complete apps, encapsulating intelligence, workflow, processes in a single unified experience. As our platform has evolved, we've transformed individual elements to make our solutions faster, more compelling, and easier to develop. But we've never lost sight of that mission, to put intelligent apps in the hands of everyone within the enterprise. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about MicroStrategy's mobile portfolio is because of the customers I work with in the UK. I have a number of enterprise customers, including a large retailer you may have heard of. They're always looking for ways to make the most of their investment in MicroStrategy, and there are a number of points we're going to cover here which will get them super excited about 2021. First, here's a little video clip which really summarizes what we're going to be talking about. So why go mobile in the first place? I thought it would be a good idea to tell you some of the things our customers tell us about their experience of intelligence delivered by mobile apps. I could give you thousands of reasons, but the ones that stand out are on this slide. Mobile is immediate. Intelligence comes from the device you hold in your hand that you and your colleagues use most of the time. My UK grocery store retailer customer tells me that they save over 50,000 hours per year simply because their store colleagues don't have to run to the back office for important information. Mobile is focused. Intelligence comes from guided apps, not reports or spreadsheets. That little screen requires discipline in app design. A customer with mobile applications, for example, Lowe's, deployed a new Store Walk app, which does one thing incredibly well. It supports the sales associate review of their area of the store. They deployed it in a little over 6 weeks to 18,000 devices. And mobile is secure. Intelligence comes from devices and networks designed to protect data and users. A restaurant chain I work with in Europe is 95% franchisee-led. The mobile app they created using Dossier and Library is a big part of their offering. Using MicroStrategy, it's been straightforward to deploy secure, personalized apps to their franchisees. At MicroStrategy, we're always listening to our customers. You don't deliver the world's most successful mobile intelligence platform without spending a lot of time thinking about what comes next. This is what you told us. You asked for more speed to value. MicroStrategy Mobile is already a zero-code, update-over-the-air app platform. Mobile apps with responsive design are quicker to deploy, though. Add capabilities to finesse how these apps behave on different devices, and MicroStrategy's zero-code development platform is an easy choice to make. You asked for more power in your users' hands. In a mobile device, this means giving users the experience of a desktop computer on a fast network connection, even when they're consuming an app running on a commodity mobile device over a slow connection on 3G or Wi-Fi. And you asked for more control over your reality. Mobile apps deployed at scale need the APIs and integration points to ensure they'll work reliably on many devices across various cohorts of users, serving many apps with over-the-air updates of both data and functionality. Still #1. MicroStrategy mobile apps on Android and iOS can be thought of as containers for content from the MicroStrategy platform to be refreshed and update over the air. MicroStrategy Library has always been a great way to distribute personalized BI content to users. Library for Mobile offers advanced predictive caching and offline capabilities. With 2021, we've added the ability to personalize the library home screen. MicroStrategy Collaboration in Dossier allows users on the road or at base to take part in the conversation. And with 2021, we've enhanced those capabilities. MicroStrategy 2021 delivers modern experiences for every user role. So 3 there. With HyperIntelligence, we have a solution entirely unique within the industry that augments productivity applications with actionable insights. With our custom mobile app solution, we have a differentiated offering that goes way beyond analytics into business transformation. Our modern self-service solution through Dossiers allows analysts to build and publish polished analytics for their business user colleagues. When MicroStrategy Mobile with 2021, deep linking permits context-sensitive connections between HyperIntelligence, Dossier, and report services documents to create a single unified workflow across these capabilities. When MicroStrategy launched mobile back in 2010, it was based on our semantic graph, and it still is, and used a significant advance in our report services document capabilities. That gave our customers huge power, but only one choice when it came to developer skill set. You had to be skilled with RSDs. Now that Dossier and HyperIntelligence are also fully capable, mobile capable, you can decide which capabilities and level of investment most closely match your business case. So for HyperIntelligence cards allow you to put information about the person, place, or thing that your users are interacting with right now, right here on the mobile device of their choice. Advanced search, scanner support, together with calendar integration and card sharing, add ease of use to MicroStrategy's most rapid development tool, now with deep linking too. Dossier. Dossier is MicroStrategy's fully responsive data storytelling tool. Dossier has always supported mobile deployment, and with each release, we've added more mobile-specific capabilities, like the new scrolling canvas for vertically oriented devices, and the ability to omit specific panels on mobile devices. And of course, custom apps using report services documents, and they've been the foundation for mobile apps since day one. There are still reasons why you might want to choose apps based on RSDs, from the ability to handle transactions to the ability to create white-labeled apps on iOS and Android stores. With 2020, we added the ability to edit and create report services documents from within Workstation, the one tool to rule them all. So for users working with a mobile device, consuming information, speed and flow is hugely important. The restrictions of smartphone and tablet form factors mean that accessing the information you need quickly is vital. At MicroStrategy, we've been thinking about users. Library has transformed the process of consuming mobile personalized content for MicroStrategy users. However, we know that mobile intelligence requires more of an app focus than desktop delivery. In 2021, we now allow you to customize Library by using a dossier or a document instead. This allows you to think of your library-based objects as modules in one application with contextual links from dossier to dossier, all called from a user-friendly homepage that you've designed. In this example, all of the library top menu options are available from the new homepage, which takes care of user authentication via library, and then the various calls to library objects such as dossiers and report services documents. Alternatively, you could use HyperIntelligence as a launchpad. HyperIntelligence can inject intelligence into your business users' ordinary work patterns. HyperIntelligence for mobile allows users to take advantage of advanced search and device scanning to surface the card and the information they need. So here we've gone for ceramic brake pads from a HyperIntelligence card, And then using deep linking, we're able to go to a product dossier, which is showing that identical product, but in more detail. Hyperintelligence is the most immediate way to get answers using the mobile device in your hand. With deep linking, that can be the start of a journey into intelligent mobile and further insights. No one has more experience than MicroStrategy in developing mobile intelligence in the real world. We know that networks aren't perfect. You could be an executive getting information on the store you're about to inspect, or the customer you're about to cut a deal with, or a piece of equipment that you're about to evaluate. Chances are you'll be in a parked car, on a plane, on a train, in a cafe around the corner. We know that browser-based apps don't cut it. They're far too chatty. Equally, think of asking your mobile app development team to build this kind of flexibility into every app they create. Smart downloading. This ensures analysts and business users have the content they need both offline and online. Use of new predictive algorithms to cache content that the user wants most frequently is an innovation for this year. You're also able to take multiple versions of PDF exports. Automatic data refresh. The mobile app now uses this intelligence to automatically refresh data within the app. Users can switch back to manual should they need to, but this is unlikely. With this capability, we've considerably reduced the friction to automatically update the caches on your mobile device when the mobile app finds new data. And all of this enables you to take data offline. Library Mobile now uses bookmarks to manage smart downloads and enable offline usage. We believe this is the most intuitive way to drive offline usage of mobile intelligence. So here's a look at predictive caching. MicroStrategy 2021 has some incredibly intelligent ways to give every user the impression that they have a lightning-fast connection all of the time. Predictive caching starts downloading Dossier 2 while you are browsing Dossier 1. As you can see in this demo, access is generally instantaneous. By the time you get to Dossier 2, it's already cached. To prove a point, in a moment, we'll switch to offline mode, and we still have access to that content. Finally, users can specify what content they need to have cached for offline use. So now you can see those dossiers that are cached on the device, and you can see that access is pretty much straight away. And I'm going to bookmark these, and that will force the app to pre-cache those dossiers. And in fact, in this case, we're switching between 3 PDFs. Let's go offline. And those objects are still available on the device. So obviously, this could be any time from here until I reconnect back to the network. And at any point, I can specify that I want to, here we go, we're opening a finance dossier, and at any point, I can make a dossier available offline. And that's accessible to every user of Library, and you can see how straightforward that is. Let's say that you have access to more than one library or more than one server. It's a little like having more than one identity in Netflix. We realized that we needed to streamline access to these libraries to make it easier for users to switch between them. And so what we're seeing is the ability to customize the downloads folder, to be able to switch between libraries, and also to very quickly and intuitively add new libraries as content is shared with you. Tablet computers are rapidly becoming able to substitute for PCs and Macs. Apple's multitasking support in iPad is a game changer for analytical applications. We know that business users will appreciate the ability to reference information from email, spreadsheets, or other tools along with their MicroStrategy dossiers. So here's another little clip of that on an iPad. Now what we're going to do is we're going to launch a dossier now, and we'll create a situation where I have two versions of the same data. So here's a dossier. We're going to export that dossier to Excel, and then we're going to open that in Excel on the iPad. Now we have that present. Let's use the swipe gesture to pane MicroStrategy Library and Excel side by side. And then we can flip from dossier to dossier, and you can see that we can access, in effect, we're seeing the same data twice. We're seeing it in Excel and in Library, but of course that could be new data, that could be email, that could be any other application that supports side-by-side support. Dossiers are all about telling stories with data, and collaboration has been available in Library since the beginning. Everyone loves the ability to be able to comment on data and have others see those comments. Our customers told us that they wanted those conversations to be more focused, with more options to secure comments and allow one-to-one conversations. In 2021, it's possible to share comments in a more secure fashion, sharing bookmarks as well so that users can see information in context. I think we've all heard of people copying and pasting data to WhatsApp. That sounds like the Wild West when you have secure collaboration in MicroStrategy as an alternative. So here we can see some comments being added to the stream of chat. And then we're seeing very specifically who can see that comment, that chat, and invite people to leave the discussion or remove the discussion. All there available from within the Library app. So a great deal of capability right there in the palm of your hand. Another capability focused on end users is the ability to control the font size setting for grids. So whilst it's possible to obviously set the font size within the dossier as you're creating it as a developer, from an end user point of view, this adds further capability to either make those fonts more readable by making them larger or fit more in by making them smaller. For our customers, mobile means Android as much as it means iOS. Let's take a quick look at some of the ways in which we have been continuing to create parity between iOS and Android mobile libraries. So from 2021, Android users now enjoy page swiping on tablets. And Android users can now take advantage of intuitive drilling, filtering, and totaling options based in a single tap. You can see how this capability could be especially useful for someone in the finance team who needs to review and access dossiers which contain a lot of numbers. Android users now also have the ability to view data being used in their mobile dossier and can leverage the zoom to full screen option. And finally, touch and multi-select are now at parity across iOS and Android. Let's change roles. MicroStrategy 2021 offers you our most powerful developer experience ever. Continuing our core principles of intuitive zero-code app development using pre-built visualizations and bundled with mobile functionality out of the box, you can take advantage of this over-the-air platform. We've seen some of the greatest mobile intelligence apps ever created. Mobile imposes special demands on developers, especially with UX design on restricted screen real estate devices. In a minute or two, we'll show you how MicroStrategy helps you achieve great results with minimal effort. And I really want to have you think about these three themes. Make best use of screen real estate. Smartphones especially are very restrictive on what you can do with data. Careful positioning of panels, removing of extraneous content, and font size selection are key. Respect the orientation. Vertical aspect ratio devices feel better when you scroll content up and down rather than when you swipe left to right. Kindle introduced scrolling for books a couple of years back, and for good reason. It works better on a phone. And then use color and shape to highlight data. Magazine and newspaper art directors have known for decades that the best way to guide the eye around combinations of texts and images. They use shapes and colors to differentiate elements with a minimum of spare white space. We touched on document or dossier as a homepage. And so now you have some great dossier content. It makes sense to integrate all those elements together into one holistic app. As a developer, that's now incredibly easy. You can exchange the default library homepage for a built-for-purpose one based on one of your own dossiers or documents. In this way, you can maintain a consistent look and feel across your content, transforming it from a discrete elements into one app. Now, what we're showing you in this clip is how you put one of these custom home pages together. So the first thing we're going to do is identify a dossier that we're going to use. And it's this one, top left. And then we're going to grab the path or link to that dossier and copy it to the clipboard. And now if we switch to MicroStrategy Library Administration, we can create a new mobile configuration. We'll give that a name. And here's the option to set that home screen. So there's where the link comes in that we copied and pasted to the clipboard. We can preview that link. And there are a couple of other options there, such as the ability to hide menus. Again, things that people have asked for. So the ability to show or hide the taskbar. And then once that's set, we can finish and save that. And then using the link that is provided with that configuration, we can copy that link, paste it into a mobile device, in this case, a phone, and that automatically takes us to that particular home screen, which is the dossier that we selected, the custom dossier that we selected. And we can do exactly the same with a report services document, where again, we can use the report services document as a home screen. I'll pause that video there. So deep linking into Library Mobile is also supported from Hyper. It's been possible to deep link from Hyper to Library on a PC or a Mac for a while now. Now it's possible to do the same thing on a mobile. The link has to be unique to mobile devices because it's all based within a different device, meaning that you might want to create a dedicated action on the card for mobile users. But this is a great way to take the context about the person, place, or thing you're interested in and use it as a launch pad into further insight. Here's a little bit more detail about that link. You'll notice that it's very similar to a web URL SDK. There are parameters in there that you'd want to keep an eye on when you're composing this link yourself. We think this next capability is going to revolutionize mobile dossiers, especially for smartphone users. Folks who use Library on phones tend to be the most active members of your organization. These are the store colleagues, delivery drivers, field engineers, or roaming management team. They frequently need answers while they're hot-footing it to the next appointment. While MicroStrategy Mobile has supported swiping left to right a long time, we don't think that's how people use smartphones. We swipe up for more content, just like you swipe up your Kindle to get to the next page these days. If you remember me telling you about my favorite grocery retail customer in the UK, and here's me picking that option from the canvas, changing it from 800 to 2000 pixels. But if you remember me telling you about my grocery retailer in the UK, they really see this as a game changer, and they can't wait to put this into production. Their store colleagues see swiping up to see the next KPI as the most intuitive way to find out what they should be focusing on next. This is also going to be a game changer. One of the reasons you use MicroStrategy is because of business logic reusability. Having to create many similar content objects to cover the range of devices you have to work with is both cumbersome and labor intensive. We believe that responsive design means being able to share the same content across wildly different devices. To do that, you need to be able to tell your dossiers which visualizations or containers to omit when running on particular devices like smartphones. So for 2021, you'll be able to select one or more specific visualizations or containers from dossiers and allow them to be omitted from your smartphones. Again, my retail customer in the UK is very excited about this. One dossier now adapts incredibly well to multiple devices, meaning they no longer have to maintain several versions of the same thing. In the same way, there's a little more control here. A freeform responsive dossier could risk squashing a container out of legibility on specific devices. Minimum canvas size minimizes that effect by doing just what it says. On restricted devices, the next container in the dossier will slot in just below it. Now, we've talked a lot about responsive design, and now that mobile dossiers can be anything your imagination can think up, we wanted to give you more tools to make your designs intuitive and easy to read. New for 2021 are a selection of out-of-the-box vector graphic shapes, which can help delineate and differentiate data. We believe that dossiers can now be used for a wide range of infographic presentations. But the trouble with importing graphical objects is that they can be heavy and involve large amounts of data being transmitted to your devices. Often, all you need to do is put a visualization on top of a shaded panel or build up some shapes for a specific effect. So 2021 comes with a collection of out-of-the-box lightweight objects, which can be sized, shaded, layered, and made translucent or transparent as required. And as you can see, that free-form layout has taken another step forward in terms of usability, with lots of tools and markers to let you know how you're doing in exactly the same way as you'd be used to using with PowerPoint. And finally, security. MicroStrategy EMM gateway support makes MicroStrategy enterprise grade. EMM includes native SDK integration with 3 major EMM providers: Mobile Iron, Good, and AirWatch. EMM further supports vendors via integration with AppConfig and members of the AppConfig community. EMM integration enables additional layers of authentication, additional controls for data leakage, additional data encryption, secure app-to-app communication within an MDM ecosystem, and app tunneling. So with that, I think it's time that we move to the expert panel and discussion and audience Q&A. We're looking forward to hearing from you.